Hi and happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome back to another one of my videos for recovery from eating disorder. Today's St. Patrick's Day here in Ireland, so hence the shamrock. We'll just start by closing down the eyes. The back of the palms can be on the knees and we'll begin to tap into the breath. Feeling the stomach expanding as you inhale and drawing back in as you exhale. Today's theme is ahimsa, which is one of the 8 limbs. It's one of the first yamas of the 8-limb path to yoga, and it means non-violence or non-harm. So today we'll just make sure that we're not pushing ourselves, we're not doing anything too forceful, and we're moving with love. Taking your deep nourishing breaths, tapping into your inner resources before we begin. And when you're ready, you can flutter open the eyelids, and I'll move my little shamrock. He joined me for the beginning of class. We'll just make our way onto the mat, remove any blocks or anything, you might need them later, and we'll come down onto our back to begin. Coming down nice and slow. We'll move those heels towards the sit bones. We're setting up for bridge pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Giving the pelvis a little rock before we begin. And when you're ready on the inhale, we'll lift up into bridge pose. Squeezing into the glutes, pressing into the feet. Exhaling to lower down vertebrae by vertebrae, and this time as we inhale, we'll lift the hips with the right arm, taking the gaze to the left. Exhale, the right arm comes down to the ground with the hips, and inhale, the left arm lifts now, hips raise, gazes to the right. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the right arm and the hips high to the sky. Take the gaze to the left. Exhale, lower your hips and your arm. Inhale, lift the left arm, gazes to the right, hips are high. Exhale it back down. Inhale, the right arm up and back, hips are high, engage through the glutes. Exhale down. And the left arm coming up, gazes to the right, and exhale back down. This time we're going to take the knees in and give them a little hug. We'll take a hold of the knees and draw circles with them, going in opposite directions, just warming up the hip sockets. Circling the opposite way. And then hugging those knees in. We'll take hold of the toes with the peace fingers and rock and roll our way up to seated before coming into a tabletop position. Stacking the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll take a few cat-cows here, so dropping the belly, lifting the gaze as you inhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin on the exhale. Taking a few of these at your own time with your own breath. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. And exhale, tucking the chin, rounding in the spine. And perhaps beginning to make any movements that serve your body here. Maybe rocking back on the exhale as your spine rounds, dipping forward on the inhale, or perhaps creating a figure of 8 as you inhale and exhale, creating space and movement within the spine. When you're ready, come back to neutral and lifting the left leg up and back, checking it's not higher than your glute. When you're steady, we'll take our right arm up and away from us so that they're both opposing forces. Feeling strong here. On the exhale, we'll lower down that right arm and follow it with the left knee. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg this time up and back, again checking it's not higher than your sit bones. And inhale to lift the left arm, drawing arm and leg away from each other and hugging lower belly in for a nice stable, supported tabletop alternate. On the exhale, you can lower your hand and follow it down with the leg. Take another cat and cow here. Before coming to sit back on the heels for a minute, we'll just give our wrists a break. Taking the hands in front, making balls with your fists, with your hands, and circling them one way, and then the other. Need to be kind to the wrists, flicking them as if you have water on your hands, giving them a little shake. Coming back into tabletop, we'll step that right foot up in between the hands, slide the left leg back a bit, take your hands onto that right thigh and just gently post the hips. If you feel stable enough here, you can begin to sweep the arms up overhead for our low lunge. If you're feeling balanced. Broaden through the collarbones, hug lower belly to spine, and then take your hands down and frame that front foot, lifting the back toes and stepping the back foot up to meet the front, keeping a generous bend in the knees and taking opposite elbows, swaying the torso over the thighs here for ragdoll. Begin to slowly, roundly draw yourself up, as slow as you can, your head and neck coming up last. When you arrive, standing in mountain, we'll sweep the arms up and over, bringing our palms to kiss to heart center. Coming up onto the tippy toes now to give our toes a stretch, we're going to begin to flow. So lifting up the arms and coming onto the toes as you inhale, dropping the arms and coming back down onto the feet as you exhale. Let's take this at your own breath. Inhale, arms up on the toes. Exhale, come back down, arms come down. Inhale, float up, high on the toes. Exhale, coming back down. Making sure that you're firmly planted on the ground now. We're going to lift our right leg up, hug that knee in. I'll actually turn around so you can see me. Inhale, take the hands to the hips. Rotate that right leg out. And as you exhale, take it across the left leg. Inhale, take the leg out. Exhale, cross it over. Just warming up the hip joint here. Inhale, take it out to the side. Exhale, take it across your left leg. Grabbing a hold of that knee again, giving it a final hug in. We're going to drop the leg down, taking a hold of the outside of the foot. Raise the left arm up, and at the same time, I'll just allow you to see me from the side again. You're going to push back with the right foot as you lift the left arm, hugging back that right knee into the body again and lowering the leg down. We'll take this on the other side now. Inhale, taking the left leg up and hugging the knee into the body. Exhaling your hands to your hips. Inhale, the left leg opens out. Exhale, the left leg crosses the right. Inhale, open it out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, bring it out. Exhale, cross it over. Taking the leg back, taking a hold of the foot. We'll raise the right arm, kick that left foot back into your hand, coming into dancer. Pushing the right foot into the hand, and then release everything back down. We'll inhale, raise the arms up again, and come into a forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, palms to shins, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Stepping back into plank pose. On the exhale, we'll lower down through chaturanga. And we'll inhale up to baby cobra. Your exhale is downward dog. Taking your time here on our first dog of the day, maybe pedaling out the heels. Bending both knees generously. Maybe the heels lower down to the ground, whatever feels good in your body. Taking a few breaths here, settling into the pose, remembering our intention today, doing whatever your body needs and not pushing. Rippling forward now, lowering back down into tabletop. We're going to take the other side. Little dipping and rounding of the spine in cat-cow. When you're ready, stepping the left foot up in between the hands, stretching the right leg back long, taking the hands onto the left thigh and beginning to pulse the hips again here. Again, if you're feeling steady like the first side, you can sweep the arms up overhead for low lunge. If this is where you want to stay today, please feel free to do so. Broaden through the shoulders if you take low lunge. And as you exhale, frame that front foot, lift the back toes and step back up. For ragdoll, this time, cross opposite elbows. Releasing the lower back as you sway. On your inhale, lifting up slowly. I'll turn to face you this time. We're going to come into tree pose, sweeping the arms up and over first. Exhale, palms to heart center. Pressing your weight into your left foot. We'll take the right heel to the left ankle. If this is as far as you'd wish to go today, please remain here. Otherwise, you can take the foot to the calf. Or if you're feeling particularly steady today, you can always take the foot up to the inside of the thigh. Whatever you're feeling today, our balance can differ from day to day, so just be kind to yourself. Taking your hands at heart center, or if it's feeling good and you're feeling particularly steady today, you can raise the arms up. Lengthening through the ribs. And exhale, release everything. Giving the legs a little shake out. And this time we'll take all of our weight into our right foot. Join our hands in prayer. Taking the left heel to the right ankle. And again, if this is where you'd like to stay, please feel good in that decision. Otherwise, you can take the foot to the calf, or again, if you're feeling steady, up to the thigh. Yogi's choice. If you'd like to raise your hands high again, go ahead. Feel like a strong tree here, rooting into the ground as you breathe. And as you exhale, release down the arms and legs. Shake the legs out. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead again, gaze looks up. And as you exhale, we'll come into chair, so bending down as if you're sitting into a chair, reaching back with the sit bones, lifting the toes, making sure the weight is in the heels. And as you exhale, we'll fold forward over the legs again. Inhaling, halfway lift, palms to shins, flat back. Exhaling to fold. Planting the palms here and stepping back again into plank. You can lower the knees to the ground this time. You can take full chaturanga, or you can take the option I am, which is knees first and then lowering down. Inhaling back up to baby cobra. And exhaling back into downward dog. Pedaling out those heels again. Maybe wiggling the hips or doing whatever movement feels good for you here. Straightening the right leg, bending into the left. Straightening both legs now as much as you can, or if it feels better for you, you can bend both legs deeply. We want the back to be nice and long. Taking some deep, nourishing breaths here. We won't be here for long. We'll take the knees now as wide as the mat, big toes to touch, and draw those sit bones down to the heels, placing our forehead on the mat and stretching the arms out long in front of you. Child's pose. Begin to surrender in the pose here, feeling the ribs expand as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel that your worries and anxieties that maybe you've had recently are melting away. Feel the surrender. When you're ready, we'll come back up. We're going to come back down onto our backs. Sitting up, we're going to try and come down as slowly as we can, holding the backs of our thighs. It's just good for our core. When you arrive on your back, we're going to take pigeon pose, so we will cross the right ankle over the left thigh and flex both feet back towards the knee. Interlacing the hands behind the left thigh and drawing that left thigh in towards you. It's a really nice stretch for the right glute, the back of the thigh. Breathe now. And on your exhale, releasing that left foot down, we'll switch sides. This time taking the left ankle over the right thigh, remembering to flex both feet back towards the knees, interlacing the hands behind the right thigh this time and drawing that right thigh in. You can push that left knee out with your left elbow if that feels good. Tapping back into your breath. Remembering that all sensations are not good or bad, they just are. Just noticing what you feel as you breathe. And go ahead, release that foot. But we'll cross the left leg over the right this time and shift our hips to the right as we lie our arms out from our body, allowing the crossed legs to fall to the left. This is a great twist for the internal organs. It's lovely on the top of the spine. Just relax into the pose. Using your breath. And And on your next inhale, return your head to center, lift your legs back up, and we'll cross over the opposite side. So right leg over left this time, allowing the legs to fall to the right, gaze can turn to the left. The knees can come wherever they come, they might not reach the floor. That's okay. We're not here to force anything today. We're helping our body to surrender gently and slowly, and some days we feel more open and relaxed than others. Again, tapping back into the breath. We'll take the legs up now, uncross them, and take them in for a big squeeze into the body, giving your lower back a rock on the floor, releasing any tension, and perhaps taking a hold of the knees and rocking the knees in a circle in one direction, and then perhaps in the other direction. It's really nice on the lower back. When you're ready, we're going to take everything and stretch it out long, coming into Shavasana pose. Your legs can be as wide as your mat, take up as much space as you need. Your feet can fall out to the sides, and take your arms down by your body, palms facing up. This is your time, your Shavasana. Please take this time to rest and integrate everything that we've done today into the body. Feel like you're melting into the ground. Feel the natural breath, not trying to force it, just allowing the breath to happen. And take this time now in silence. And when you're ready, begin to deepen the breath, perhaps rolling onto one side or the other and taking a moment here. Take a few breaths on this side in the fetal position. Notice how you feel. And then when you're ready, begin to make your way up to an easy seat. Perhaps cross your legs the opposite side than you did when you first arrived. Ask yourself how you feel now. Taking some deep breaths. Keeping the eyes closed. Just tapping into how you feel now sitting on your mat compared to how you did at the beginning of class. And when you're ready, we'll inhale and sweep the arms up and overhead. Gazing up to the sky, imagining that you're containing all the love. We'll draw the palms in prayer and bring the thumbs down to the third eye, the forehead. I hope that you have loving thoughts about yourself and others this week. We'll draw the thumbs down to the mouth, the lips. I hope that you have kind and loving words about yourself and others this week. I hope that any food that you do or do not eat is nourishing and good for your body. And we'll take the hands now and draw them down towards the heart center. I hope that you have kind and loving feelings, intentions, and emotions towards yourself this week. Remember that you're doing your best and that every day is a new day. When you're ready, take an inhale, breathing the heart to the thumbs. We'll bow and say Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope to see you again next week.